Karen Reed and John O'Keefe's family were in Norfolk Superior Court today. The pretrial motion hearing took place despite the snow and sleet we had. We have team coverage tonight. Sue O'Connell standing by in the newsroom to add some context to today's hearing. But we want to begin in Dedham with NBC 10's John Maroney. You were in court today, John. What can you tell us?
JC, the trial is still set to get underway in the spring after both sides, as you know, requested a delay. If Judge Beverly Cannone did not agree, it would be underway right now.
The Commonwealth versus Karen Reed.
A cold, dreary winter day outside the Dedham courthouse. This might have been the daily backdrop had the start of the high-profile case not been moved to April.
Can you say suck on TV? Because that would have sucked. Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Inside the courtroom, Judge Beverly Cannone rejected a prosecution request to keep defense expert Richard Green off the stand. Karen Reed's accused of hitting and killing John O'Keefe with her SUV and leaving him to die in the snow. In her first trial, Green challenged the timing of the notorious cell phone search, Long to die in the cold, raising questions about when and how O'Keefe died.
To me, it's rather a difference of opinions that need to be resolved by the jury.
Reed also asked the judge for $12,000 from the state for a witness she paid to retrieve video from a DVR at the Canton Police Department. She says the video wasn't available as promised, yet she's still stuck with the bill.
You should deny the motion. Nobody was misled in this case. They've taken a professional courtesy in an effort to help, and they've distorted it into some type of injustice.
The video showing Reed's SUV in the police sally port has been a source of contention. The defense says it's been manipulated and given to them piecemeal, pointing to new video that it says shows ATF agent Brian Higgins outside the Canton PD on his phone the night John O'Keefe died.
This entire situation surrounding this DVR and the Commonwealth's maintenance of that DVR and the footage on it is a complete dumpster fire.
Now, in the first trial, the defense tried unsuccessfully to have the case dismissed entirely. It will try it again. As a result, the judge has set a hearing for March 4th. Well, live in Dedham, John Maroney, NBC 10 Boston.
All right, John, thank you. Let's bring in our courtroom insider, Sue O'Connell, into this discussion. So, Sue, so far Karen Reed is facing the same charges as she did in the first trial. You, however, have said you expect this trial to be handled quite differently. Why is that?
Well, I think there's definitely going to be a different type of energy, JC. And granted, that may not mean anything to future jurors because we can assume those chosen for service may not have watched as much of the first trial as we have. But look, Special Assistant District Attorney Hank Brennan, he is a defense attorney who was tapped to prosecute Reed, while Attorney Alan Jackson is a former prosecutor, now a defense attorney. So I think we're going to see a different level of lawyering in this case.
Well, today, Karen Reed's defense alleged that they just learned there was an iCloud account connected to the data on a DVR at the Canton Police Department, something that was not revealed in the first trial. After all the scrutiny in this case, were you surprised by this?
No, I wasn't surprised by it. Look, this is the same police department that was the origin of that Sallyport video that ended up being inverted. Evidence collection and retention doesn't really seem to be their strong suit. Look, I'll note also that 16 pieces of new evidence was handed over to the defense from the prosecution, and Brennan is alleging that there's navigation and Google search info on Karen's phone that he wants to see. So this trial will have new evidence for the jurors to consider.
Well, the prosecution has asked that some testimony from defense expert Richard Green, who testified about Jennifer McCabe's Google, which says house long to die in cold, was made at 2:27 a.m. They want that excluded. What did Judge Cannone decide and why?
Yeah, as John Maroney was reporting, the prosecution's argument was that two other experts disagreed with Green. But Judge Cannone ruled, look, there's no reason why Green cannot testify, and saying it's up to the jurors to decide which experts to believe. And as we learned during this case, as Judge Cannone has said a number of times, just because it's presented or said in court as evidence or testimony doesn't mean that it's true or correct. The future jurors are the ones that are going to have to be the deciders on the Haas long to die in the cold search again.
Sue O'Connell, thanks so much for providing your insight. And by the way, just like Karen Reed's first trial, we will be bringing you live coverage once the retrial gets underway. Right now, it's scheduled to begin April 1st. We'll be carrying testimony live every day on digital streaming platforms and our sister station, NECN, followed by analysis right here on NBC 10.